All right, guys, here's your rusty Captain Marvel here. Father Time, Jeff Richard, back. I'm back from emergency family leave. I've been off for 3.5 months taking care of my mother, who's going to be 89 in May. I retired from American Airlines about, September will be 2 years, 21,000 hours. I have 5,000 in this thing in real life between 1988 and 92, and then again in 97. But I tell you, when I sat down at the computer about a week ago to try to get back into it, I finally got my mom settled after the hospital and rehab and living in our house for a long time, and then got her settled in assisted living luxury where she's thriving. God bless her. It was like I'd never flown before. When I left, I was very proficient in FSiPanel, say intentions, beyond ATC, and Microsoft 2024 as proficient as one can be. I made a commitment to focus on 2024, not 2020, and I was going to get right into this airplane. eBay was going to just come online, and I had the accident. My mom fell down, broke her hip, and here we are. But anyway, I'm going to come in. We're going to fly Juneau to Anchorage, Alaska. I've got FSiPanel up and running. I need to go to here and show you guys a couple of things. I need to download a scenario. I'm not going to go through FSiPanel. I have a lot of videos on FSiPanel. It's one of my playlists on my website. Please subscribe, by the way. Join our Discord. Especially, and I'm going to do a sim brief flight plan here. Special shout out to my Discord guys who kept me going when I was out. I was not even coming there very often, and they just had they basically have a life of their own over there. 34,000. We'll talk about that and generate the flight. This is all based off the FSiPanel profile. I have also FSiPanel playlist over there. So I have Airbus playlist, FSiPanel playlist. We've got our sim brief, got that. Come in here, open a lesson plan, and there you go. Alaska 65. I wrote all this down, so I have a cheat sheet here. I've tried to take off a couple of times. It had very typical Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 issues with the settings, where I had my HOTA stick was in the improper version of it, and flaps were coming out when I thought I was just making a nose wheel steering turn, and it's been. And then I took off the other day, and just now, and my GPSs, my IRSs went into align mode on takeoff here. I did all this stuff, got us going. I don't know, you don't want to hear that. Anyway, you go through here. There's our weather, Juneau on over. I haven't started my Navigraph yet. Let me do that, and we'll get up and running and talk about this as it relates to the flight plan there. Unload it and import flight and sim brief and download, and there you go. And there it is, airport right there at this gate. We're going to go off 8, so it's going to be basically a little pushback nose to the left. We'll taxi out and go to Bravo right here. The departure is kind of complicated. We'll be flying in a profile and nav, and we'll be coming out doing this turn. We got to stay within the mountains, so I'll keep my slats out, keep the airplane slow till I get here. At Barlow, last time when I went, the IRS went into align mode, they told us to contact departure at Barlow, so we stayed at Tower throughout this whole thing. Climbing to 18 right here. There's no set altitude, so we'll have to get that. Runway 8 departure, pretty standard after that. That's our plan. We're going to go over to Anchorage, where there's plenty of runway, and they're supposed to be landing on 7 right here, and gate C12 when we get there according to the flight plan. And haven't really looked at that yet. Let me take a look. So by going here, parking gates and coordinates, take a look. It says gate C4, or there it is right there, C4. I might as well plan this out now, guys. Just I'm giving you a pre-brief, right? They're going to make us go all the way to the end, it said, because Delta is closed. I'm reading the NOTAMs. I'll show you that in a second. Delta is closed. So we're going to have here, and we're going to go to C4 somewhere in here. We'll use GSX to help us. Gate C4. C4. So as always, you want to kind of have a plan going in there. So let's take a look at the lesson plan. Here's the NOTAMs. ILS off the air, so that's why we're doing the RNAV there. So we can go back to Navigraph. We'll set up the RNAV. It's not uncommon to set all this stuff up ahead of time. It really isn't. And I'll set that up. As you can see, let's see here. RNAV, GPS, moving on over, parking gates, RNAV, GPS, highlight it, would low, so it's going to be this one for an MDA, and RNAV on in, we will, and just looking at the transitions while we're here, guys, none in particular. All right, let's go back here, take a look at our route of flight. There it is. A-sort 2, A-sort, direct Yeska, direct TED, direct Panic, and here's the weather, you can see it's no big deal, the same at both places as usual, 2961, 2962, few at 5,000, so we should be able to get in there no problem. And the winds are not bad, 120 at 14 when we get there, not bad at all. Taxiway Delta's closed, we saw that. ILS is off the air, we saw that. Military activities in the glacier area, expect vectors around. Okay, so en route, where Anchorage is warning us they may be giving us vectors en route. Start at any gate on the arrival. We got the weather set. When we sent here, we put in the preset weather for after downloading it, which we did right download scenario. We did it like that. It comes up and it tells you that it was added to database, and we picked that out of the presets to do it. And then taxi out, contact ground to get you clearance. Ground, so it's not no clearance delivery. Pushback and start. Pushback for runway 8. Arrange pushback. Join taxiway Alpha to 8. Before diving, and don't listen to this. I'll have this all time stamp. But let's do spoiler alert. List of clients is going to be 1-1, and they want us to keep the speeds low until you're around the corner here because of the mountains. This is something that tells us we can expect due to military activities. We'll expect the heading to intercept a jetway. We'll see about that. Descent planning brings you right over TED, but you can find it. Okay, start at Hopper, which we talked about. That was right here. Hopper. Is that a different one? Let me see. RNAV. Yeah, we'll see about that. Hopper intersection. Don't really see that one on here. Is that what it said? Anyway, we'll check that out in a minute. And the go round, we're going to get a go round. So this ought to be a handful for a guy coming back. This is how the frequencies work here, and these are the centers. And once again, I've written them all down. So that's my pre-brief for the flight, kind of an overview, something you obviously would want to do prior to going out there. All set here. We've already started the lesson plan. We are signed on. I can close this down, and we'll close down on the Indy builds. We've got our say again button set on our. Let me see this here. Select button. Manage training scenarios. Select the button on the hostage stick. Say again is right here. Number 2. And then I would like to have your auto-tune the next frequency. Yes, I want that. I don't know what that means. So auto-tune next frequency. Primary sign, push to talk, we've got that set. Say again, we have that set. Options, cockpit flows. Select button. Right here. No. And there's 1. And that one's set, so hostage 1. So get all that set. Everything's set. You guys have to have some familiarity with this to be used to. I do have a lot of, as well as JP on the site, a lot of information available to you. Anyway, that's the overview of the flight. That's what we're going to do. Let me get started with the refueling, which is always a good idea with GSX, right? Get started with the fueling.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Yep, and that's all good. And once the refueling truck's on its way, we can start boarding.
Boarding requested.
And here comes the jet bridge. Let's go inside and get started. Cold dark airplane. I'll do a full pre-flight for you. So A300-600 is really an A310 stretch. A310 was a 300 that they took the third man out. So you basically have the engineer's panel, giant overhead panel. This airplane, the 300 came out in the 70s, 310 around, I don't know, 82 or something like that. And this 300-600 came out around 86, 87. I trained on it in 88. It was brand new. We did a training over Toulouse with American Airlines. Once again, 5,000 hours as an FO. Circuit breakers are all in. Engineers panel's all good. Maintenance panel, they call it. We got the crash axe.
Fuel truck is in position.
Attached
Do you want
pushback.
to board crew?
Yeah, bring it all on.
Pilot's
Everybody.
boarding starting.
Everybody's welcome. Crash X. With the halon fire extinguisher, we got the windshield wiper fluid, which was deactivated a long time ago with American, and we checked the walk-around bottle. We checked the mask, pressure breathing equipment.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
And we've got the ropes,
Boarding starting.
window on both sides, ropes, window, both sides. Come up the middle. Fuel cutoff switch, control switch is cut off. Parking brake is set. Throttles are idle. Spoiler handlers down. Flaps are up. Gear handles down. Go to the radar is off. Overhead wipers are
Departure
off.
check completed.
Hydraulics all in
Bypass
green.
pin
No
inserted.
switches. We noticed that we can turn on all the batteries. We do have external available there. 1, 2, 3. And we'll turn on the external. And we'll turn on the galley. We'll start the APU, so we turn on intertank pump number 2. Come up here, we check the APU. Script test is good. First loop comes on. When the second loop comes on, you get the fire. There it is. Check the ECAM, looks good. Master warning light, punch it off. Back to the overhead. Switches up. Start the APU. I'm going to turn on this APU bleed will come on 1 minute after. It's going to be a little loud, but it'll work. Over here, before we board the people, we've got to have put power in the airplane. We should have the nav lights on. Coming back up here, smoking sign is on for the folks coming on. Hydraulics are good. Do the overhead with the IRSs rather.
Your crew has boarded.
Into align mode.
Passengers
So I took
boarding
off
started.
last time. The flap switches were misaligned. The IRUs went back into a line on takeoff. It was not good, guys. It was not a good experience. Now here, you're not going to get an align prompt until you get the IRS aligned by SimBrief. So I'm going to come in here, go in, I'm going to go my flight. Sorry to talk fast, but that's what we're doing. Import from SimBrief. It's already over here. Come back up here. Parking brakes are set, so we'll remove the chocks. There's the APU, so I can remove the GPU. The APU power's on. Weight and balance, update from SimBrief. Boom, upload to the aircraft, bang. Okay, and get this menu, date cars, SimBrief, and there it is. Line the IRSs. Forget about it. Give it time for fuel to get on board. Everything else will happen. Go back to the overhead, finish that up. Coming in, we get the lights on. We're ready for the people. There's the cooling air coming on, warming air rather. Pitch trips won't stay on because the IRS is still aligned. They go, we turn it off. And script test works. It's modeled incorrectly. You'll notice some glitch here. Loop beam is not come on. But when it comes on, you hit the fire handle. You check the ECAM action, and you check the warning light, punch it off. That's it. You can check bolts and brakes if you want. Why bother? Fueling, let's see, 16, still fueling. We got the intertank pump number 2. We'll turn these on. Press them on right prior to engine start. Let's see, fire code. Do the secondary gear indication. All you need is one. You need the primary or the secondary to have safe. You're good to go. Coming in here, pressure, you can change your system if you want. The auto system, the system you want. Window heat's on, probe heat's on after takeoff, after engine start. Oxygen system's on. Squib test, 1, 2, looks good. Fire loop test, the second one comes on, which it doesn't. You'll get the fire light, candle, there it is. There's ECAM action, punch off the master warning, back to the overhead, and you see the second, now the loop heat's on. There it goes, it's on now. Enunciators, you can test it if you want. Why bother? Light, the emergency lights are on. Cockpit temperatures, you got cabin temperatures are all good. Transfer lights are out. Set this field elevation here is 25 feet. Set it 25 to engine out. We'll look the letter B, and there we go. There's my altimeters. Gauge adjust my standby attitude indicator. I'm going to check my anti-skid in normal. Put my head down over here. The landing elevation in 125. We're over in Anchorage. Let's go to No, can't do these this yet because the auto throttle systems are not on. The ATS is fine. The auto brakes are off. Spoil hinge down. Flaps are up. All right, that's disturbing, guys. See that flaps coming down? That should not have happened. Why did that happen? Don't like that at all. So there is something on here that is causing the flaps to come down. And something that I have this set. Let's see if I can figure it out. And there it is. Take a look at this. Increased flaps B. That's supposed to be altimeters, right, on the 2020. So let's get rid of that one. Increased flaps. Definitely want to get rid of that one. That's been causing me problems. And trash that one. Thank you very much. Save. Man, that's not good at all. Yeah, that's been happening. So, yeah, not good. 2024. Captain Marvel, 0 on the rudder trim. Everything's good here. I'm going to set the radios up here. This. I'm not going to set the 8 cars. We're not going to go that set in or anything. 123.45 is the data frequency. 120.19. 123.45 on this side. And,
wait. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie.
Charlie.
This is Juneau Airport information, Charlie. Wind 110, 12 knots, visibility 10, cloud view 5,000 feet, view 8,000 feet, temperature 3 dew point -1, altimeter 2961, runway in use 08. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie.
Alright, information, Charlie. I'm going to go over here and take off the
This is Juneau Airport information, Charlie. Wind.
The tower is 8.7. Alright, we call clearance. Get the clearance going here. And Juneau ground, Alaska 65, request clearance to Anchorage. Oh. I know. Let's see, 21.9. 21.9, make sure that I have this down. Right? And Juneau ground, Alaska 65, request clearance to Anchorage. All I can think of is maybe I don't have the set right. Let's see. Scenarios. Push to talk. Reset it. Training. It's already started. Alright. And Juneau ground, Alaska 65, request clearance to Anchorage information, Charlie. There we go.
Delta 65, you're clear to Anchorage, runway 08, as altitude departure, as 5. Lama maintain 1,000 feet. Expect flight level T40, 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 4215 and departure frequency 133.9.
Okay, Alaska 65, clear to Anchorage, runway 8, assort 2 departure is filed. Time maintain 1,000 feet. Expect 340, 10 minutes after departure. 4215, departure freak 33.9.
Alaska 65, read back is correct. Report ready for pushback.
We'll call ready for pushback, Alaska 65. Alright guys, so 4265 TARA. The IRUs might be aligned now. Let's take a look. Yes, they are. So we can turn on the pitch trim. And with that, we can go up here and put in 1,000. There it is. We can turn in our runway heading 085. 33.9 is going to be departure. 33.5. Get this up in the ballpark. Should be around 150 or so. And we'll go ahead and check our takeoff down here in a second. 50. Hit flex mode, and it's going to be around 63. Whenever you're real lightweight, it seems like it's Airbus. Any builds Airbus always around 63. Well, let's go double check it. Let's go over here. Let's apply the load to the aircraft now. Go to the box. And then next page. Feels good. We've got zero fuel weight over here. Let's double check it. It is zero fuel weight is 233.8. 233.8. Fuel is good. Takeoff's good. Zero fuel weight CG is 27.4 with a 27.4. Taxi fuel is 2.2. I got that up to PDF. Take that again. Sorry guys. Bear with me while I get this all straightened out. PDF, taxi fuel 2.2, alternate fuel, PNA 3.7. Okay, takeoff data. We'll do that in a second. Takeoff is using the correct altitudes. Back to the box. Over here, the PMB. Takeoff. Runway 8 sync. 120 at 5 in the winds. I think it's yeah, just go 120 at 5. Outside air temperature is 5. Altitude is 29.61. I'm glad I figured out that in the spots 15, 15 calculate. So 63, 46, 46, 48, 30, 0. 46. 46. 48. 30 and 0 on the staff trim. Zero on the staff trim. It looks good. All right. Let's get the GSX ready here. Prepare for pushback and departure. Icing trim it, no, because we don't have any
Due
visible
to icing
moisture.
conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and
Go
brakes
to the
set.
box, run the checklist.
Locking gear.
We got a ground equipment, arm on the doors. All the doors are armed. Everything's disconnected. Checklist. All right, cockpit prep's done. Fuel quantity is complete. Takeoff data is complete. Landing elevation. Altimeter set. Brake and skid is normal. Windows closed and locked. Beacons on. We'll go to the overhead. Get the fuel. Let's get the fuel pumps on now. And we'll turn on the beacon. Number 1 is fine. Number 2, that's just fine too. Give a call. Make sure the checklist is done. Beacon, parking brake is required. Pitch trim after start. Rudder trim spoilers armed. And we'll get the brakes on too. Full takeoff. Looks good. All right. Well, let's wait. Give it a shot. And Juneau ground, Alaska 65, like to push back start engines.
Alaska 65, push and start approved for runway 08.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
Push and start approved.
Due to
runway
icing
08,
conditions, please
Alaska
stand by for
65.
engine start until push completed and brakes set.
There we go. You want us to stand by. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Yeah, so 21,000 hours total, 5,000 of this thing. I flew it between 88 and 92, and then went to the MD-11 for a few years and came back to this in 97 before upgrading to captain of the Super 80. This was a great airplane. The Boeing guys would tell you what a piece of junk it was. It was great. The A300 600. I had a lot of glitches in the cabin. It would come in, they called it the overtime machine because it would have a dozen write-ups when it came in. No exaggeration. That's a little bit of exaggeration, but at least several in the cabin mostly. But the engines, the GF6-80s, and the airframe worked great. A little stiff in the wing, so it wasn't great in turbulence, but it did what it's supposed to do. We used it big time in Caribbean, Central America, a little bit of South America, but we flew it even to London out of New York for years. I flew that a lot. It was great. Had to go low altitude and things like that, but the passengers liked it. Had a very nice cabin.
Set parking brakes.
Inside. All right, clear to start. Let's go to the overhead. We're going to go here. Crank. We'll start the right one first. That's what we did in a minute. When the start valve's open, check the pressure above 25 with the start valve open. Probe heat's on. F8, that's fine. We want to make sure we have an oil pressurize, which is... Where is the oil pressure? Here it is. PSI, that's good. Above 15, max motoring is what we use. Usually get up around 25. Start valve is on. Start fuel level's on. And we'll get rid of these guys.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
There it goes. When they hit 45, the start valve will close. Here it is, 45%. Start valve closes, and we can start the other one. When the start valve opens, check above 25. It's good. We did 2468, which is 20, 400, 60. 8 the oil means an oil valve. See, I went from 19 to 17, and then 1200 on the fuel. 2468, 12. 2468, 12. I had these on the MD-11, 76-300 in the Airbus. They're all the same as 6-80s. Above 15, max motoring, pretty close to it. There we go. He was coming on. See if I can see this.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Yeah, I'm so glad I figured out that
Left is
keybind.
clear.
It
Right
happened
is
when I
clear.
did the altimeters. That's the thing on this 2025. You got to make sure your bindings are correct, and all of a sudden your gear will come down, or you just didn't set everything up right. And that's not the Microsoft Flight Simulator's 2024's problem. It's a problem with me not understanding it. Other than that, the graphics are great, and it's pretty cool. All right, start valve's closed. Looking for 246812. 2, 4, 6, 8 the oil, and 12 up there. Flux 15, 15. Spoilers armed. There are max on the auto brakes. To the overhead. Probe heat's on. Sit up high, see if we can find these people. There they are. Did they already give you a salute? They must have. Okay, no problem. Love you. Bye-bye. So, come on here. Go back to the flight control page here. I do notice that you don't get a great takeoff configuration test until you set that up. Until the oil warms up. I'll try it, but it's not going to work. There's the elevators. Here come the rudders. Never to be taken for granted that everything is working, that's for sure. This is all set. He's going to be on, they're going to be on flight plan. I'm going to be on takeoff, I'm flying. This. I'm going to go profile, nav, and the departure 1000. I'm not going to preset anything. All looks good. Checklist. Have to start. Pitch trim's on. Rudder trim's good. Spoilers are on. Slats, flaps, ECAM status check. And anti-isoc hand signals received. Flight controls check. Flight engine's good. Briefing's good enough. V1, flex stamp, flaps, slats, 15. Takeoff configuration. I don't think the oil's warmed up enough on the number 2. I've been having issues with that. Let me see here. I'm like 2 times trying this. Oil temperature. See how it's a little low? Watch. Take the liar out of me. Now see it's saying oil temperature low. So we'll figure that out when we get out there. Just remind me to do that, okay? Alaska 65 heavy taxi. Clear left, clear right.
Alaska 65, taxi runway 08 intersection Bravo via Alpha Taxiway.
Runway 08 intersection Bravo, Alpha Taxiway, Alaska 65 heavy. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. So took off last time in the map mode, went into heading, and that was it. Couldn't get anything going. Ended up having to abort that flight. So the first time, my flaps came out to full because my HOTA stick was on the wrong version. The second time, my nav system went into heading, and I had no nav system. Look at that. And what's up with that? Now I will turn the volume back up after engine start. It's initially in the cockpit way too noisy, but if I leave the volume down from the game like this, you won't even hear the engines hardly come up for takeoff. So let's get going here. See if I can keep us on the taxi wheel while I do this. There we go. See how that works. Flight attendants prepare for takeoff. Do at least 2 minutes prior. Let's go back to the overhead. I should probably do it this way so I can see, right? Turn that off. We use continuous relight on takeoff. I'm gonna get the lights on. We're about ready to go here.
Alaska 65, when ready, contact tower 108.7. Bye-bye.
18.7 Alaska 65. And 133.9. Yes, I know. I should be looking forward. Woo! Made it. Just a few things there, didn't I, guys? Yeah. The chime. Alaska 65. Heavy's ready to take off runway 08.
Alaska 65, when ready, contact tower 108.7. Bye-bye.
18.7, bye-bye, Alaska 65. We already contacted the tower, guys. And
Alaska 65, tower, good morning. Wind 110 at 13 knots, runway 08, cleared for takeoff. Approaching Barlow, contact center 133.9. Have a safe flight.
okay, clear for takeoff, runway 8. Approaching Barlow, contact departure on 339, Alaska 65. Thank you. All right, finals clear, left and right. Their chime, checklist is complete. I just have to do that takeoff and big check, guys. Normal takeoff. You're supposed to remind me about that. All right, clear for takeoff. The toga switch on this thing, I guess, is right down there. That's it. There's our mountains, so we'll keep the slats out, remember that. Even though we're in profile, I'll kind of ignore it. Here we go, power's coming up. Thrust is engaged. Oh, there we go. Interesting. Thrust set, 80 knots. Thrust blue right there. Stay on the runway, Captain. And rotate. Nice and smooth, 3 degrees per second. Initially 10 just to break the ground, you end up around 15. And positive brake gear up. Traffic. Climbing as much as we want to. So we're getting some TCAS alerts. I'm going to keep the nose up, guys, so we make this turn, even though it's directing down because it is in profile. It's about 1500 AGL, but I'm going to keep it climbing up and stay inside that mountain. Big turn, big giant turn, and followed by a left-hand turn to join the airway outbound. Barlow is, once we're established on the airway, there's a point for, I think, Barlow out there. Here we go. Now we make this turn. I'm going to start bringing the flaps up. Slats retract, bring it all the way up. All right, gears up, flaps up. We'll disarm the spoilers in a minute. Don't want to work too hard. Yeah, the Indy Builds is a nice flying airplane if you don't have every buttons all aligned correctly. Looks like it's going to intercept this course out here. There's 250 knots. The weather. On the autopilot and mission I can turn off, turn on the engine eyes, although we're kind of coming out of it now, aren't we? Disarm the spoilers. I can figure out how to do it, right? There we go. Alright, gears up, flaps up, gear neutral, good. Yeah, last time I did this, my flaps all came out, so we're looking for Barlow, which is way out there. Where did Barlow go? It's right, it should be right about in here. Put this out a little bit. I don't know about that, guys. We're supposed to have Barlow in here. Let's just go 33.9.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
And Alaska 65 Heavies, level at 1,000.
Alaska 65 Center, good morning. Squawk ident and stand by for radar contact.
Squawk and ident. There you go. Squawked. We can actually accelerate here. Hearing some traffic alerts out there. That's why they probably have this level. Our route of flight after sort. Lost Barlow in there, didn't we? Barlow never came up on there. It was in there originally, and we lost it. That's okay. We're going direct out of a sort. It's direct to Yeska.
Alaska 65, thank you. Radar contact. Plan and maintain 16,000 feet.
16,000 feet. Alaska 65. Profile 6,000. Powers coming in. Profile climber nav. Yeah, we're supposed to hit Barlow. Let's see, Barlow, takeoff time, takeoff time, 4 minutes after takeoff. That's why I kind of went on feeling rather than anything. But that was in there initially, so I do believe. Maybe it wasn't, guys. I've made mistakes before, that's for sure. All right, checklist. Should probably go to the overhead, and I'll get the lights off. A little rusty, guys. And come on over, make all the suggestions you want. I do appreciate you helping me out. Any criticisms, I'm fine with it. I just make lots of mistakes. I'm a good airline pilot. Sim pilot? Right, there we go. Come in here, brakes are off, of course, closes, disarm. After takeoff, approach, slats, flaps, gear packed on altimeter set both. adjust vertical speed for traffic. I don't really see that on here. And we do have TARA set there.
Alaska 65, climb flight level 260.
Alaska 65, climb flight level 260. 660 and 260 here. We went into capture mode, so I'm going to go back to profile. There we go. That's what that alert was for. Yeah, some of these key bindings are big on MS 2024. Figuring out and the glitchy stuff. It's not a big deal unless you're making a video, right? Or live streaming. Otherwise, just kind of figure it out while you're flying, continue on. But if you're making a video, you kind of got to go back and do it over. It's a really bad example of what not to do. I probably should have a little bit of ice on here.
Alaska 65, fly heading 260 and contact center 133.2. Have a safe flight.
Heading 260, center 332. Great day. Alaska 65. All right. Altimeters 2992 set.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
Alaska 65 is out at 190 for flight level 260.
Alaska 65 Center, hello, you're identified. Climb flight level 300 and continue on the heading. Expect a new routine shortly due to military activity.
Okay, climbing to flight level 300, 260 on the heading for Alaska 65. Thank you. All right, we got a word heading. Yep, so anyway. Now look at this, guys. Align IRS. Darn it. Doesn't say that up there. Something funky's going on with this thing. You know, last time I lost downgrade, no display. It's probably been written up before on this airplane. You know. We're on a heading here. We're going to be vectoring this around.
Clear of conflict.
That's good because I didn't know what the conflict was. So nav about to get us military airspace here. PA Anchorage. Expecting vectors around this military space, which I guess is right in here, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so if you go to FSiPanel and you go to the scenarios, they will JP will have managed scenarios. If you have a good example of a scenario, he'll let guys, he'll post it on you for as an example for the other guys. Right now you can see there's no YouTube tutorial on this particular scenario. So you have a chance here of being the man. And if you're doing a YouTube channel like I am, you'll have a chance of getting most
Alaska 65 on this airing, intercept their way Juliet 501 to Yakutat BOR.
Okay, this heading, intercept 501, Juliet 501 to Yakutat BOR, 119 radio inbound. This is Alaska 65. Nicely said, Captain. All right, let's go to here. There it is.
Alaska 65, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Alaska 65. All right, 34 is set, guys. As you can see, we are 501. So what I could do is anchor it off of BKA. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go this. Let's go BKA. Direct BKA. We're not going to do it ring heading, right? BKA. And then airway 501. So Yakutak. Yakutak. That's good. I'll see how that looks. And there it is. Good thing, and then we can go. Don't know if you can do that. I want to see one thing here. The Yakutak. I was just curious. I don't really know how to do this. Yakutak. Nope, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. So BKA. Is that what we decided it was? BKA, guys? What a memory. Yeah, BKA. And then I was trying to see if there was another way to do that. 501. Ah. It's good. That's good with visual representation of it. Right there. Okay, let me clean up the box here since I made a mess of it. Yakutak. We'll go to Ted, which is the field. I'm just going to put that in for now. So basically, we could back it up with the raw data here, put it in, go to VOR, you can put in Yakutak's 13.3. Stuff with picks, guys. Let's do this right here. 13.3. Back here. And what do we decide? It's 299 course. $13.3, $299. And if you wanted to check it out, I guess I don't have that right. 13.3 Yakutak is 13.3 $299. 13.3 $299. Yeah, that's wrong. So that's not accurate. Do this. There we go. BK is behind us. Yakutak's in front of us. That is J501. You see Yakutak. So I just like saying that. I don't even saying it correctly. 30, going up to 34. Get this down where we can see it a little more clearly. 10 miles to go. At that point, we'll go direct Yakutak. What do we think we're on it? Definitely a better way to do this, I'm sure. Turn radius, let's see here. So we're doing Mach 7.9. We were 90 degrees, 2 miles would be a 6 mile lead point. We're 5, we're on a 45 degrees, so that's 0.3. So our lead point should be lot less than that. Probably only about 3 miles. We'll go direct Yakutuk. You can do it in heading, you can do it in nav. I'm going to do it in heading just because I want to make sure I'm on that course line. I'll shallow out the intercept. And the winds are out of the left at 30 miles an hour, so probably about a 292 heading will be our intercept when we're there. Start off with a 290. And that's it. Direct Nakutuk. Direct Nakutuk. And looks good. There we go. 33 for 34. I'm going to go to the overhead, ladies and gentlemen. It's Captain Richard. Welcome aboard our flight to Anchorage once again. We're just leveling off at 34,000 feet. We're starting our descent here momentarily. We'll be on the ground here in about 25 minutes. Weather in Anchorage, it's presently pretty much what it was in Juneau. The winds are out of the southeast at 15 miles per hour. Good visibility, excellent visibility actually. It's 4 degrees Celsius, or 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and scattered clouds at 4,500, just a few clouds up at 9,000. Would be better off there if I went to a nav, wouldn't it, guys? So I think I'm going to go tactical mode, cruise, there we go, 0.8. Just curious here. So, there it is, 13.3, 299. Are we just too far from Yak? Is that what the problem is? Yeah, let me see here. So 63 miles to go, 13.3. I'm accelerating back to 0.8 on the Mach. All right, get Yak going on there. They do give you the frequencies on the lesson plan, so if you want to stay ahead of it, I know it's cheating a little, but that's what we're in this for. Right now we're on 33.2. It's going to be 19.3. Be the next one. You can actually go ahead in here and put that in. When they're going to turn you around, I don't know. Let's go 23.45. See if we can get the
Right via Charlie. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Victor.
Victor.
This is Anchorage Airport information, Victor. Wind 120, 14 knots, visibility 10, cloud view 5,000 feet, view 8,000 feet, temperature 4 dew point -1, altimeter 2961, departing runway 07 left, landing runway 07 right, expect of Zulu approach, ILS 07 right unserviceable, taxiway Delta closed, vacate runway 07 right via Charlie, advise on initial contact. You have information, Victor.
All right. Information Victor, and they say just like on the NOTAMs, and the RNAV is in there to 7 right. We'll take another look at that, and they also reminded us that the taxiway
Alaska 65, after Yakutat VOR, continue on airway Juliet 501 to Anchorage VOR.
Okay, after Yakutat VOR, continue on airway Juliet 501 to Anchorage VOR, Alaska 65. There it is, guys, right there. Okay, let's take a look at the approach. So that's 501 all the way to Anchorage. I didn't really guess. What I didn't guess. That's kind of cheating again, because what I did is I knew they were going to do that. I didn't know how I was going to do that, but right here, right there, 119 inbound after Yak VOR, continue on 501 Anchorage VOR. Yeah, this VOR is not working. I know when I was on it in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, it didn't work very well either. The VOR part of it, which made for a complicated thing to do some of these FSiPanel profiles, because a lot of them you're doing. There's Yak Attack VOR. You're doing course intercepts, and it's hard to set up on the FMS. All right, continuous relight. I can get that off. Engine ice is coming off. Turn this off. Let's brief the approach, since we do not have an ILF, do not have a star to brief. Would say Yankee. Let me do this RNAV thing. Should be off. WeWo, Tully. WeWo and Tully. Ted. Ooh. That's interesting. Get rid of that. Clean this up, huh? Ted. Star, RNAV, Yankee, 7 right. We will tell you there's no transition, no star. Insert it. Yak Attack, Ted, WeWo, Tully. Takeoff approach. NBA. 648. .3040. Finals there at 3 degrees, 127. Speed. Checking the approach. All right, WeWo at 2000. This is the RNAV GPS Yankee runway 7 right at Anchorage. 12-2 PANC. You've got mid sector altitude to 8,800. WeWo, it's significant. WeWo at 2,000. It's a hard altitude. Tully at 6,000. At or above. They're giving it at or above. That's fine. Going down to a DH of 648. 648. This is above the ground, so it's 516, 648. So I can set this one at 648. This one at 516. And we'll go with 520. How's that? All right, so that's all set. All right. WeLow. WeLow at 2,000 out above this fine. Tully at 1,600, going down to minimums of 648 for LNAV, VNAV, category C minimums, all set. Visibility of this missed approach. I climbed to 900. 900, then a right turn to 3,000. Right turn to 3,000 and hold. There it is, 3,000 and hold. All right, after landing, we're going to clear a Delta. It's closed, so we're going to clear a Charlie. Hold short of the inboard. I like to put this thing like this. Hold short of the inboard. Left on, what is that? Kilo. On into Charlie 4. Charlie 4 is right there. No spot really. They're probably going to bring us in on Kilo, Echo, Echo 1. Kilo, Echo, Echo 1. Like that on in. Landing distance, 12,000 feet. So that's no problem. Anyway, that's wrong. That's a glitch. It's looks like that's in kilograms. Yeah, so there's some glitches here, guys. There's definitely some glitches. It's all right. We're not worried. See if I can see the top of descent on here. We got a ways to go. All right, it's all briefed. I will come back at the top of descent. Okay, Alaska 65, contact center 1930. All right, guys, I was off for about 10 minutes. Went upstairs, said hello to my wife, and then I realized I better get back here. The frequency change. Alaska 65, flight level 340.
Alaska 65, center, hello, you're identified. Continue as cleared and expect RNAV Zulu 07 right via Hopper.
Alaska 65, continue as cleared. Expect RNAV Zulu 07 right via Hopper. All right, guys, so that's different than I planned, right? So I'm gonna go back down here. Let's do it off here. Star, RNAV. Zulu, Hopper, no star, insert it, clean up the flight plan, head, Hopper, yeah, Hopper. All right, let's take a look at that. Yeah, I went upstairs kind of goofing around saying, I realized, wait a minute, I'm making a video down there. I better get back there for the change. Unpin that one. Going to RNAV Zulu it. The Hopper. Where's Hopper? Hopper at 8,000. Okay. Hopper. Put that all the way at the top. There's 8,000. Take a look at it. All right, there's a Hopper at 8. Weslow, Nerds, Senex, Tully, 1600. I'm here. Going down to, we got Pappies on the right. RNP, which we probably can't do in this airplane, but we're going to do it anyway. 562 and 430. 562 and 430. 562 and 430. We're in St. Tensions, we could tell them, right? 430. 562, 430. Miss Proach is in there. Pacha Haji Arodi Jukep. Jukep. Pacha. Magi, Arodi, Jukep, direct entry, right into a right-hand turn for holding. required, can't do it. Authorization, barrel systems, temperatures are all good. We're gonna do it anyway, guys. 8,800 feet. Mountains are kind of far out there. 562. Same as after landing with the left hand turned off at Charlie. Delta is closed. Left on Kilo. So Kilo 1 on into Charlie 4. Right there. Okay. I'll pause it again. I just wanted to come back. I just realized I better hustle back. Unfortunately, I sat down and 30 seconds later the frequency change occurred and approach change. So that would have been not good had you not been here. Anyway, I'm going to pause it. We're starting down. Let me take a look here. In about 20 minutes. We're doing 8 miles a minute here at Mach 8, and we're 170 miles, so about 20 minutes. Okay, guys, I'll be back in about 15. And before I go, I should probably preset the approach control frequency, which is 18.6. And it's information Victor we have. Looks good. Could go wrong. See ya. One thing is I'm thinking about it, guys. I really should have on Prague page put in the field, which is PANC. Because that top of descent is not really accurate because we're 195 miles to go. We're at 34,000 feet times 3 is 102 plus 10. 112, so really we'd be starting down to about 80 miles. So what I did is I put in a hard altitude at 10, which is the VOR over the field, at 8,000 to kind of cool it, but you can see our top of descent is just in about 10 minutes or so. I'll be back. Direct to Hopper, Alaska 65. All right, let's see here. Direct to Hopper. Direct Hopper. There we go. Top of descent. Now, 10 miles, 8 miles, about 7 or 8 minutes. Got the ATIS, briefed the approach, briefed the after landing. We'll just stay with you here. So, yeah, pretty cool, guys. It's good to be back here. This is going to be a complicated arrival, I'm afraid. Let me see if I can do this, get this view a little better here. Not particularly pleased with this one. Yeah, that's good. Because they told us we can probably expect to go around on the lesson plan, if you remember. I know that's cheating. Go around, second approach. Bad luck. ATC asked you to go around between the standard and approach. So it's going around Toga. Right up here, right? Going around Toga. Positive rate gear up, setting this approach altitude, which is 3,000. And after passing 400 feet, we can go nav, and passing 1,000 feet above the ground, we'll just clean it up. Field elevations, touchdown zones 1, airport's 150 or so. So there is 150 landing elevation. So basically 3,150. 1,150. We'll start cleaning up. So going around Toga. Positive rate gear up, sets this approach altitude. What did I forget? Going around Toga, flaps 15, 15, 20, 15, 15. Going around Toga, flaps 15, 15. Positive rate gear up, setting this approach altitude. Then that's 3,000. 400 feet will go nav. And at 1,000 feet we can go. And we could just bring the speed up to like 210 level change. 210 level change. We'll try that. Be a little bit of a hurry. Probably going to be starting us down here soon. Yeah, saying intentions is nice because you can ask for things, but this is cool because it's a little more challenging. If you don't cheat and look at the notes like me, FSiPanel has got all the, they do, as I mentioned, medical emergencies, they do diversions, they do holding, lots of holding, they do runway changes, they do traffic, they do TCAS alerts, all sorts of cool things that they can do in their scenarios. I've actually got fly-by-wire running here. It's up and running. The FSL traffic injector. I noticed that when I did it at on the ground out there at
Alaska 65,
Juneau,
when ready,
aircraft
descend flight level 220.
Send one ready to flight level 220, Alaska 65. Yeah, I missed doing this, guys. I missed the flight simming, although it wasn't even on my radar when my mother was ill. Way too much stress. Constantly doing things. Remember, I was also selling her house, coordinating her finance, doing her medical equipment. Those of you who have been through it, it's closing out someone's estate or getting them moved, address change. Think of everything that takes, and they're all done in a 3-month period to get her settled in assisted living. We were floating her the money until she sold her house, and it was all set now. Got to take care of your moms, right, guys? You take care of your wives, kids, brothers and sisters, but yeah, arguably mom's about the most important. Maybe not. Either way. My wife didn't hear that. Okay, so we could, if we wanted, it's not even giving me a descent. TAC mode. That's interesting. Doesn't get, I guess the Airbus doesn't allow you to pre-plan your mode, your descent. Maybe that's as I recall that you always could. Not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, interesting. I'm open to suggestions, guys. Flaps 30, 40, wing correction, 0, flaps approach, 126 is going to be approach. We'll go about probably 131. MDA, we get the new MDA on this thing. 562. Should be starting down here. Oh, let's see. It's looks like it's about 25 miles, so about 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes. We'll start down. As I recall, what we used to have on the Airbus, unless I'm mistaken, it's a 1,000 foot per minute feature. We could start the descent, the intercept. Remember, this was kind of a, oh, is it true to say, first generation FMC? Back in 1986, 87 when it came out, 87. The 310, I think, came out right around 80, I don't know, 84, 85. 300-600, which was a stretched version of that. 86, 87, I got over there in 88. And at the time, state-of-the-art avionics. The wing was kind of primitive, it was stiff, like the A300 initial wing, which they've obviously straightened out at Airbus a long time ago, as well as the cockpit, the overhead had a lot of buttons and switches, as I mentioned. But it was just because they basically just got rid of the engineer, automated it, where now the Airbus is super, super clean. Hope you're enjoying this, guys. You're still with me. Long time. I'm going to do my PA, ladies and gentlemen. It's Captain Richard. We're starting our descent here momentarily. I ask you to return to your seat, fasten your seatbelts as we touch down in about 25 minutes. The weather in Anchorage is a nice day, 120 at 4, so the winds are out of the southeast at 15 miles per hour, good visibility. Clouds are scattered at 4,500 as I mentioned earlier. And we land into the east. Beautiful arrival into Anchorage. Once again, thank you very much for choosing to fly in Alaska Airlines. So we're going to come back up here. I'm going to turn on the seatbelt sign. Yeah, I feel bad that I forgot these lights for takeoff. That wasn't good. We use a continuous relight on descent back then. It is mountainous terrain, so important to adhere to the track as we go. Here we go. There's vertical deviation. Coming up on it. Right, now we can see it a little better. Throttles come back here in a second. There we go. Do I have to do anything to make that work? Maybe I have to. That, I don't know. I might have missed that a little, huh? Looks like it's going from about a 270 descent. We're in profile and nav. You can always help it out and pop it down a little with a little speed brake. Get it down a little faster to the until it gets onto the vertical nav. There it is. I helped. I'm a helper, you know. That's what I do. It's how I roll. And I would let them know that, and FSiPanel, they won't respond, but let them know that we're out of 340 for 220. I'll get something up here that I can see. And how far are we from the field? Prague, we're landing to the east, so we're going to come around with downwind. We've got 65 miles to go, and we should be at 87 if we're going that way, so we're coming up nicely. Doing good. I'll probably hustle on down here. And I'll speed it up a little. Get down a little further, faster, just in case they turn us in for visual, which probably isn't happening. So 63 miles to destination for PANC. And so if we were going directly there, 2070, we should be 71. We're a little behind, but we're coming up nicely. Yeah, so good. Going down to 22. Yeah, when you have a profile point like this, you really should just use probably distance from the field, just in case they turn you in tight. So that vertical nav isn't really accurate because it's not on arrival. Actually, it was on going direct to Hopper. And Hopper, I do believe I had in an 8. It says at or above 8.
Alaska 65, descent flight level 190 and contact approach 118.6. Have a safe landing.
Descent flight level 190, approach at 18.6. Thank you, Alaska 65. Approach Alaska 65, information Victor, radar flight level 240 for 190.
Alaska 65, approach, hello, you're identified. descend 12,000 feet, altimeter 2961.
2,000 feet, 2961. Alaska 65. 2,000 feet, 2961 with the altimeter 18. We can come up here and get a little jump on the lights. Put them all on, huh? Continuous is on. It's good. And we probably need engine ice going in here. Temperature's -14. You can see there's the vertical nav. Get us back into profile. Onto the vertical nav. Got a hard altitude there. Let me go to TFDi. Here. Landing. Sync. Temperature is 4. 4 wind, temperature, weight. Wind is actually 120 at 1.5. Speed 5 knots. Dry, manual. It's good. What am I missing? It doesn't like this. Runway 7 right. Configuration 30-40, braking, auto low. Landing distance is 69.23, not bad. 69.23. I'll wait till we get out of 18 and set my altimeters. Hopefully it doesn't do any flaps again under that. There's 18. 2962 doesn't look like it did anything wrong. Have a little bit of speed brakes out. I'm just trying to help it get into here. We should definitely, something just clicked again. What is going on? What do I have in this program now, guys? It's nice on. Here it is. Profile nav, profile reset right on. Beautiful, huh? Alaska 65, Indy build. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a pretty nice model, guys. Pretty nice.
Alaska 65, descend 8,000 feet.
Descend 8,000 feet, Alaska 65, 8,007. Let's review the go-around again, guys. Going around, flaps 15-15, positive rig, gear up, set nose approach altitude. Going around Toga. Flaps 15-50. Positive rate, you're up. Set this approach altitude, which is 3,000, which we should have preset on the approach once we get by the FAF. And then it's going to be, I'm just curious to see if this pops below 250 for us, or if it's going to need help instead. And then it will be nav above 400 feet, and we'll clean it up and level change to 10 on the speed. Level change says speed as we get closer. I want to see if this slows to 250 below 10. Since we are in profile, it does its thing. It was 11. I'm expecting the airspeed to come back. So test for you in the builds. I'm getting nervous. Go slow.
Alaska 65, cleared
There it
RNAV Zulu 07 right.
Cleared the RNAV Zulu 07 right, Alaska 65. Cleared the RNAV Zulu, guys. There it is, cylinder 250 below 10. Flight attendants prepare for landing, and we ding them below 10. Okay, get the engine lights off. You know, I think I better leave that on during the approach. It's going to be, what does it hurt, really? It's going to be tight. We're on profile. We can hopper at 8. We should be able to set in profile the bottom altitude, which is down to 300. We are cleared the approach. And it should level off. We'll keep an eye on it. Should level at 8 at hopper. We'll see how good it is. We never did these in the real Airbus back in the day. Not sure if FedEx and those guys are still flying have that or not. Let's just go to the checklist. Okay, landing checklist, landing gear, flap certificate, signs, briefing, ECAM, minimum ignition, industry light landing, etc. Here's hopper. Good. Seems to know where it's on it. Wessel's at or above 5. Or drag, it says it wants more drag. Okay. I've been flaps 50. Slots extend. Put low on the auto brakes. Spoiler's arm. I think I'm going to put tally at 1600, guys. The reason I'm going to do that is I have no way of knowing where I'm going on this thing. So tally at 1600. And I think they're going to bring the speed back. We go in here, tactical mode, descent, I'll go 180. That's not good. That's not good. I think I expected too much of this thing.
Alaska 65, contact tower 108.3. Bye-bye.
8.3, bye-bye. Alaska 65. Go all the way back to 160 since we're kind of tight here. Already got the slots extended. Alaska 65 on the RNAV to Zulu.
Alaska 65 tower, very good morning. Continue approach and runway inspection is in progress, so expect late landing clearance.
Continuing, Alaska 65. Just gonna help the speed out a little, guys. Okay, and on here, tally at 1600. Once we get the tight set text, I think I'm just going to go tally at 1600 level change. I'm just going to put in 1600 here, guys. Italian 1600 nicely. Goes. Remember, going around Toga. Flaps 15. Pause rate here, setting this approach altitude. That's how it's going to go. Looks like it's going to figure it out here. Or landing checklist complete. Flaps 30-40. Brakes are armed and spoilers armed. Clear all the way at Charlie, left-hand turn off. There's the runway. We're looking good. Autopilot's off. Taking it over visually. There we go. And I'm just going to set this up down to 600. Set this approach out to 3,000. Up to this sync rate of down around 700 or so. Easier to say than me. There we go. Good.
Alaska 65, go round, see again, go round, stutter missed approach to JUCAP, claim and maintain 3,000 feet.
All right, going around, guys. Going around 3,000 feet, standard approach, Alaska 65. All right, guys, there we go, pause brake, picked up, we're gonna go flaps 15. It's 2 clicks. Standard approach, we can go to nav. From 1,000, we go level change, spin this airspeed up to 210. No problem. Let's get the flaps going up. Woohoo! And we go level change.
Alaska 65, Versaria Baudette, contact reader 1 in 8.6, and I see you in a while.
18.6, Alaska 656. Autopilot's off, guys. I'm going to level at 3, 200. I don't know how I set the preset there. That's not good. All right, let's get up to 3, level it off. Alaska 65 executing misapproach. Where we are, we're in nav, guys.
Alaska 65, approach Lariane, continue to JUCAP and hold, expect short delay.
JUCAP and hold, expect delay, Alaska 65. All right, guys, we are leveling at 3. We're in nav, going to JUCAP to hold. This is a good airspeed. We can go up. Let's leave the slats out. Extend those, give us a little more margin here. Here we go. I wonder if I can get the autopilot on now. There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain Richard. To apologize for the delay. We had to go around due to an aircraft taking the runway in front of us. We're going to go in and enter a holding pattern.
Alaska 65, all this published, and expect Victors to Tulai for the RNAV Zulu 07 right.
Okay, we're expect vectors to Thule for the RNAV 7 right for Alaska 65. All right, guys, let's see what the box says here. We are going into the holding. And I'm going to go down to the bottom. And I think I can just clear out this stuff. All right, you kept holding. July. That's it. It's cleaned up. So enter the holding pattern, direct entry. Let's see. 3,000 feet, so our max airspeed will be 210. well, 200, request permission to hold it. 200 would actually be the max airspeed down to 3,000. We can hold it 3,000 at 200. Let's make sure though we have the gas to be doing this. PDF, if you remember, reserve plus alternate. Reserve is 4.2, alternate, which is 7. So that's roughly, let's call it 8, 7.9. And our fuel right now is 11, so we can hold for about 30 minutes, 25 minutes, no problem. All right, let's see, get the after takeoff checklist, put that down. And rearm the spoilers now. We're out of the cloud, so I'm going to turn off the engine ice to save a little gas. We should probably go over here and do an after takeoff checklist. That's great. Approach checklist signs are on. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain Richard. Yeah, we're going to enter the hold here. They've actually expected to land here in just about 5 or 10 minutes. So thank you for your patience. Be on the ground here shortly. Please remain in your seats with the seatbelts fastened. Altimeters are still set. Ignition continuously. Landing elevation is set. Landing gear. Yep, good. Doing good. Let's look outside. Yeah, I tried to engage the autopilot as we leveled, and it didn't like it. It started descending, so I took it back off. Unfortunately, the autopilot disconnect switch should silence that autopilot immediately. It doesn't. I had to just kind of stop beeping when it felt like it. And once we got leveled, trimmed up, I was able to re-engage the autopilot to start briefing the approach and looking things over on the miss. We so going around, flaps 15, positive rate, gear up, set this approach, and toga. Positive rate in this approach, altitude, went to nav above 400, above 1,000, went level change, and set the speed up around 220 or so, and cleaned it up. They told us to enter holding, so we get the slats back out, slowed to 210, and we're about to enter holding in nav, and we calculated our reserve plus alternate, and we figured out we had 25-30 minutes to hold, no problem, and redo the checklist. About it. Oh, to enter hold, as I mentioned, it's a direct holding entry, right-hand turn. We are still in nav, and there we are, about to enter the holding. We're going to enter here, and then they're going to give us probably a short vector over to Thule at 1,600 feet, going down, same minimums, 562, and same missed approach, so everything else is the same. Our bugs, you see here, takeoff data, we'll just leave the same bugs up there, but a 127 final approach speed is fine. About to enter hold. We have to tell them we're entering the hold at GCAP. Hopefully they'll clear us after a short turn. There it is, entering the hold. Direct entry. There you go. Hopefully this is good enough for JP to publish as an example with the Airbus. Since I noticed no one else, I'm not even sure JP has flown this one yet. Usually he'll do a demonstration, but he's pretty busy because he's been getting things between 2020 and 2024 over at FSiPanel, and I call entering the hold. Beautiful, huh? I've never been up to Alaska. A couple of my kids have. A few of them. In the hold, establishing the hold. A big thing here is, keep in
Alaska 65, descend and maintain 2,000 feet, altimeter 2961, and expect vectors shortly.
2,000 feet, 2961 for Alaska 65. We go in the box here, attack mode. Go down to 2,000. If you wanted to hold above 210, 200 you could. What is it? 200 at or below 6,000. Between 6,000 and 14, it's, what is it, guys? 230, I can't remember. And above 14, 265. It's usually no problem with gas. Get it. Take a look at the map here. See the little map. Their routes, right? Turn them back inbound. Level of 2. Not going to be any problem getting down and configure for Thule. We'll have to get it back into profile for the RNAV portion. Although we'll probably just do it visually. And flight attendant, prepare for landing, please. Airbus lights fold out. I don't know if they'll show you that. They do create some drag. They come out in the bottom of the wing. See them? They do create drag and a little bit of vibration when they fold down. Very little, but enough to be noticeable. Water brakes are low. All right, so we said 7,000 or so on the bingo. We're getting close. Alternate, close to 8,000. I'm sorry. Reserve plus alternate. No, it's reserve 4.7, closer to 8. So we're close. We probably only have another 10 minutes of holding. Always keep an eye on that. You usually will leave above that, guys. Like add a little bit for mama. But that alternate fuel that's on the flight plan is for the alternate routing, which usually is on the flight plan. Here's the alternate routing. So you also want to use that, not with the box computes, because sometimes it's a rather circuitous route getting over there.
Alaska 65, turn right heading 350.
Right heading 350, Alaska 65. Right 350. How far are we out? Let me see here. $14 miles in the field at 2,000, so we're good. Get this out here where I can see where we're going.
Alaska 65, descend 1,600 feet and reduce speed 180 knots or less.
Slow to 180 or less, down to 1,600 feet, Alaska 65. All right, let's go clouds 15, 15. Go. It does say 1,600 here, guys, but it's not wanting to descend. I will go profile. Not here, I'm going to go. Nope, don't want to do that. level change. I shouldn't be doing this, guys, so I'm going to go autopilot off. Nothing's working here. Autopilot back on. Level change. Nope. Altitude hold. Let's try that. Level change down to 1600. 180 or less. I don't know what it's doing, guys. It's not working, obviously.
Alaska 65, turn right heading 040 and you're cleared Air Null Zulu 07 right.
Right heading 040, cleared RNAV Zulu 07. Lots of 6. Alright guys, I gotta do nav, box, flight plan. That was my mother calling. Yes. Yes, Mama. All right. Mother dearest. Here we go. Nav. We'll take a profile now, but I don't like to do it just because it's going to go into...
Alaska 65, contact tower 108.3. Have a safe landing this time.
Hey, 18.3, last 2 times. All right, guys, we go all the way. Everything. 18.3. 18.3. Tower, last 6.5 for the RNAV Zulu 8 right.
Alaska 65, tower hello again. Wind 120, 12 knots, runway 07 right, you're clear to land. And please vacate the runway at the end on taxi word Charlie.
Then land 07 right, last 6.5. No taxi word Charlie. All right, guys, let's set the approach speed in. 127. We're gonna have to do this visually, guys, because none of the buttons are working. Matter of fact, I can't even. Did I get the autopilot on? Yeah, there we go. All right, taking it over visually, and it won't let me silence that. Sorry about that. I know that's obnoxious. I'm gonna turn the flight director off, and just do this visually. Go 7 right. I'll use the stuff down there to give me a basic idea where we're going. It doesn't even look like it's lined up right, does it, guys? All right, gears down, flaps down. Flaps full, and brakes are armed, spoilers armed. Prepare to land. Didn't want to do anything, did it? I do believe... Runway. Something's messed up on this, guys. Here it is. Okay, there's runway over there. Flight checkers are off. Inside of Tully, I'll just start us down about 700 feet per minute. Well, I'm back. I'm back. Naturally, would have communicated that we're unable the RNAV. Just done this manually. I've taken it all the way down to the end today. See the flight path here? Vector, but that little thing is on top of the, that's a 3-degree glide path. That's a good little indicator there. The top of the crossbar there is right on the top. It's a 3-degree glide path. You could set, you know, at 3 degrees if you wanted. thing, but that you'd have to have the flight director on for that to work. All right, let's go on over there, pick up the daisies, and then we'll be able to establish a 3-degree glide path. Yeah, I don't know why nothing was working there. The level change wasn't working, and nothing was working, so no big deal. See the daisies, white over white. But the aim point's right about here, so we know that that's going to the back of the runway. There's red over white right there. You bring this bar right up in there to on the horizon. You'll be on the 3-degree glide path. A little bit hazy. Yeah, still showing a bit of white over white. Sinking around 800.
500.
Stable target sinking 7 rate.
Minimum 400.
Landing. Should I land? Any day, Captain. It's actually such a smooth touchdown.
5.
I'm back. All the way to the end. Oh, that blew. Coming out of reverse. All the way to the end. All the way to Charlie. Usually don't clean up until you're off the runway. See if my hospital stick works. It does. Gonna be a left-hand turn off and hold short. You know, guys, it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I know I landed long. Thought I'd already touched down. It's a low landing picture. But messed up final with the level change not working and the avionics stopped working. But hey, that's the sim world, right? And sometimes the airplane world. We had to end up taking everything off, magic off, just flying the visual in, found the runway. And we'll pretend we're clear of the runway. Flaps up after landing checklist. I don't think JP's gonna like that.
Alaska 65, case 07 left on Charlie, turn left on Kilo, and contact ground 1 to 1.9. Bye-bye.
Cross 07 left on Charlie, left on Kilo, ground 1.9. I cleared across. Clear. Taxi. Red lights are off. Cleared across. Flaps are up. Spoilers are down. Here we go. Cleared across. Charlie is up there. Across. Charlie. Left on Kilo. ground. Ground Alaska 65 is clear of 7 left over Charlie 4.
Star 65, a grand good morning. Welcome to Anchorage. Your gate is Charlie 4, and you can continue taxi via Kilo, Echo, and then please use taxi lane Echo 1. I wish you a nice day.
Okay, Alaska 65, taxi. Kilo Echo, Echo 1. Alright guys, let's see if we can find that. How about GSX? Maybe they'll help us out here.
Star 65, a grand good morning. Welcome to Anchorage. Your gate is Charlie 4, and you can continue taxi via Kilo, Echo, and then please use taxi lane Echo 1. I wish you a nice day.
Okay, Charlie 4, Kilo Echo, Echo. Alright guys, so here, up around the corner, past this red tail on the right. Yeah, that, I don't know which one it was. GSX didn't like it. Up here, Echo 1 is at, we're here on Echo, it's Echo 1, right hand turn to get around this, aircraft here. Here. Keep started. This right there. Echo 1. Kind of a good demonstration, guys. What not to do in some cases, but
Hi guys, JP. Welcome to Anchorage. I hope you like these short Alaska flights with some nice RNAV approaches and a go-around as well. And I hope to see you soon for a next scenario. Thank you. Have a safe day.
thank you, JP. Something here, so we'll take this taxi right here. I think we'll park right up here. It should be about Charlie 4. One way or the other, we'll park it there. All right, here we go. It's like a nice open space anyway. They want us to park over here. It's a little tight on that aircraft though. I don't know about that. We'll park here. Yeah, that's Charlie 4 over there, guys. We're not going there. We're going to Charlie 2. I'm not going there either. Oh, we'll just do it. Sometimes just gotta park your aircraft. Simulator. Way up here. Okay, brakes apart. Go to the overhead. Seatbelt sign is off. Safety is established. Chop them. Turn off the beacon lights. They're off. Alright, the cooling air is on. GSX. Press deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
Alaska Airlines. Back go to the overhead. Turn off the auto throttles. Turn off the window heat. started. Parking gate complete, engines with the different lights. Fuel pumps on the Pro B parking brake shocks. Sounds good. I'm here. Ground equipment. Disarm all doors. And report passengers. Doors open here. Doors open here. And attach the GPU. Attach the chocks. Chocks attached, we can get rid of this. GPU attached. Kill the APU, we'll say it's a little cold out there, so we'll leave that going. And we'll go to the overhead. Shut down the IRUs. Open up FSiPanel. Sometimes you can get your airline flight. Get my landing report. It's too late. I should have left my airline flight up. Okay. So shut that down. Take a look outside. Fly around. I'm back. I'm back, guys. That was a lot of fun. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys on my Discord who stood by me when I was gone. You know, my mom did okay. A lot of you lost your moms, and very, very fortunate that at 66 years old, my mom is still up and around. Many of you, even on my Discord, have lost your mom much earlier. So from Anchorage, Alaska, Father Time is out. It's good to be back. That was a lot of fun. I love this stuff. All right, guys, take it easy. See ya.